welcome to another episode of the Tit for Tat podcast. I'm your highly blessed favorite and a little bit messy host, Lauren the Dom, aka the motherfucking Dom Dada, aka Lauren Monroe, aka I'll fuck your mommy and your daddy. Welcome and happy Friday, everyone. We, of course, have made it through another week, all right? It is the end of May. Child, the summer is basically here, so I am so excited, all right? We all need to be outside, getting some sun, living life, being free, and just live life, breathe air. Somehow we're gonna get there. But no, I am so excited about today. We have a great episode ahead. Child, I told y'all the mess has been a little on the quiet side simply because we had some new music dropping. And bitch, what I say, between Drake dropping 3 albums. Okay, the nigga dropped 3, not just the one. Bitch, we thought we was getting Iceman. The nigga said, no, here's 3 for that ass. All right. He not only dropped, but we got a bunch of drops today, and I'm just overall so excited. We got new movies coming out, all type of shit, y'all. But nonetheless, I will say this. I know that y'all love the mess, but we're not focused on the mess, all right? We go into the weekend with new vibes, new energy, and just overall, just good times. So let's go ahead and get into it. Starting with TV and film, of course, we have Quinta Brunson, who is literally, I don't know why I was about to say that. Quinta Brunson, who is the creator of Abbott Elementary, she is to develop and star as Betty Boop in a film adaptation. I am actually excited about that because if you look at Quinta Brunson, she literally looks like Betty Boop. Literally looks like her. Like, she's so short and like cute, especially when she got her finger waves in. Mwah, T. It says Quinta spoke on the project and said Betty Boop is one of our nation's most beloved cartoon characters, yet somehow still remains pleasantly niche. She has had she has had a quiet but undeniable impact on culture for nearly a decade. She continues saying that after Aaron and I met with Mark and learned more about his grandfather's creation of Betty, I realized there was a much more deeper story to tell. One that could be explored in a way that feels refreshing, submersive, and timeless, much like Betty herself. So, um, congratulations to Quinta for that new project. I am excited to see it. Um, Love Island has another breakup. Well, I don't know if we talked about there was a breakup going on before, but anyhow, y'all know the show Love Island or whatever the case is. Apparently, two contestants that were on the show, Huda Migamagi and Lewis Russell, have officially called it quits. Now, if you do remember, just like a week or two ago, it might have been like 3 weeks ago, honestly, we talked about the fact that Huda and Lewis were like having problems with his baby mother or whatever the case is, child. They were supposed to be going to court, and nonetheless, it was just a whole lot of going on, child. Basically, in a joint statement, this former couple says, "We just want to share that after taking time to reflect on what's best for us both, we have mutually decided to part ways for the time being." Huda Haida Migamagi says Huda is deciding. I'm sorry, I need to stop calling her that. Hilda is dedicating her time and energy to being the best mother, her music career, and exciting opportunities ahead, while Lewis is focused on being the best father he can be and pursuing his future endeavors. We remain friends and continue to have the utmost respect, yada yada yada. Don't nobody care about that. I hate when y'all be like, we're still friends though. Why? Why? I never understood that. Okay, I'm gonna just keep it above. I personally do not see a reason to be friends with somebody that you have had feelings for. It's literally a setup for you to literally still be attached to this person, but just not romantically. And then y'all love to sit here and be like, oh, but sometimes if the relationship don't work out, we can still have a friendship like we were friends before. Shut the fuck up. shut up. I know that y'all attachment issues literally be taking over sometimes, but shut the fuck up. Okay? There is no reason why you need to be friends with your ex. I think that sometimes also y'all be equating friends with just being cordial. You can be cordial with your ex. I'm not saying that every ex that you have you just need to hate them and don't want nothing to do with them. No, I'm never saying that. Like if y'all was happy to see each other out and y'all be like, hey, what's up? Da, 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 da. That's cool. But y'all bitches literally be still trying to be friends. And I'm talking about like be in each other's space. Oh, well, we're just going to dinner or we're just going to the movies, bitch. In your back of your mind, you're literally going on a date. And then if y'all end up fucking, guess what? You're going to be even more upset, bitch, because you got tricked out your fucking coochie like a goofy asshole. But nonetheless, I heard that they was having problems, so I'm just glad that they have separated. I did hear that Huda is making music now. Yeah. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, go check it out. It's not like I'm not gonna sit here and do that because at the end of the day, if you want to go check it out, if you know who the bitch is, then 9 times out of 10 you probably already heard about it or whatever. I don't fucking know, but yeah, that's just what it is. All right. It didn't seem like y'all needed to break up too. Y'all was having too many problems. I'm not gonna lie, but nonetheless, I hope that you both find peace. I hope that you all are able to work it out. Um. Oh well, I guess they got a child. How many kids is involved in this shit? Because there was a. Oh wait, maybe Huda is the baby mama, but the ex girlfriend is, but I thought the ex girlfriend had a child too. I don't fucking know, but nonetheless, congratulations on a new journey. I know some people will be like, I'm so sorry that you're going through this. Sometimes y'all have to realize that relationships are actually a release. Okay, it's okay to congratulate somebody on moving on to a new chapter instead of them making them feel bad about the decision that they made. I know some of y'all do that. And I know some people don't realize that they do it, but I think that needs to be said. Like when somebody is literally going through a breakup, whatever the case is, bitch, congratulate them. Congratulate them on making a decision to literally move on because I know that was something hard to do. Congratulate them on being able to take on a new endeavor in life because what they know, what they have known before is not what they know now, which means how they was living with this person is not how they're going to be living now, which means literally you're going to be changing, you're going to be, trying new things, and it's going to suck in the beginning, of course, but nonetheless, the journey at the end is all going to be worth it. I'm just saying. Moving on to, of course, music. So, BET actually dropped their nominations for the BET Awards. Of course, we have Album of the Year. We have like Cardi B for Am I the Drama, Tyler the Creator, Don't Tap the Glass. Everything is a lot. Wale, Heart So Separately, Mariah the Scientist. I'm gonna say Mariah Carey, bitch. Let God Sort 'Em Out, Clips. But Deluxe, Hill, Leon Thomas, The Fall Off, J. Cole, The Romantic, Bruno Mars. Personally, out of this list, it is between Cardi B, Tyler the Creator, and Wale. I'm just keeping it a buck. That's what it is. Leon Thomas definitely had a great run, but what I say is album of the year. I don't know. I don't think so. Video of the year: Ella May, Doechii, Mariah the Scientist, Tyler, Tiana, Taylor, Kaylani, Ti, and of course Kendrick Lamar and SZA. Of course we have Best Female R&B Pop Artist: Ari Lennox, Coco Jones, Ella May, Jill Scott, Kaylani, Mariah the Scientist, Olivia Dean, SZA, Timms. This is kind of hard for me because Best Female R&B and Pop Artist slash pop artist. I'm trying to think out of these ladies who has had a good year. I know Ari Lennox just dropped the album. Ari Lennox is currently on tour. I don't know what Coco Jones is doing. The only thing that I've heard about Coco Jones is the fact that she's about to get married or is married or one of the two, bitch. I don't fucking know. Element, yeah, that list is kind of hard because I don't, I don't think this. For me, the only person I will say has been getting a little buzz is Olivia Dean. Mariah the Scientist had a good year for the whole Burning Blue shit. Yeah. Best male R&B slash pop artist: Brent Faiyaz, Bruno Mars, Bryson Tiller, Chris Brown, Duran Bernard, Giveon, Leon Thomas, October London, and Usher. Personally for me, I out of this list, I would have to go with Duran. Giveon has had a great year. Leon Thomas has had a great year. Brent Fayez, for me, I don't know. I'm a little iffy. Y'all know that's my man. I love him. Damn. But that last album, I don't know. Maybe I have to give it a re-listen or something like that. Yeah. But also they might just give it to Chris Brown because it's Chris Brown. I'm just keeping it. And then of course we have best male hip hop artist, best female hip hop artist, best new artist, Billy Gang Cushton, Destin Conrad, Jay Don, Quinn Mouse Minnick, Mona Leo, Olivia Dean, Trap Dicky, and Ray. Out of this list, I can see Mona Leo winning. Best new artist. I can see Mona Leo winning. Um, Destin Conrad could win. I would. I think that he would have been great on best male R&B and pop artist. But that's just my personal opinion. And yeah. And of course we have many more nominations, but shout out to the people who have been nominated, and shout out to the people who have won but just don't know it yet, you know. So moving on to Akbar versus herself. Child, I get so sick and tired of Akbar because she really be talking like she is just the best rapper in the fucking world, and that she is just like one of them girls. And I really blame Nicki Minaj for that because you got it in this bitch head that she's literally one of them ones. All right, so Akbar basically drops a freestyle on Twitter where the caption says, "Show us you really big mama if you can make the nigga leave his wife today." Slash, show us you can post a pic with him. I'm out eating lunch with my hubby today. Whatever. She then continues to say, "I'm the princess of rap and queen of Atlanta. Lyrically, who can fuck with me? I'm really Miss Penn Griffey." I'm not gonna hold you. The only song that I know from Akbar is when she was rapping. This is when she was big as fuck too. She was rapping on Love and Hip Hop, and she was like, "Each one, teach one, that one, this one." Oh my god, that shit's so fun. That is the only time we have heard this bitch even rap, and when she do rap, it's like, girl, give it up, bitch. I rap better than you. Fuck is you talking about? So when she says like, "Oh, I'm the whole princess of rap," this, and that, and the third, the Trim, this new up and coming artist, y'all know the girl. I want to twerk on a boat. She want to twerk on her. I want to, okay, her. She basically, which I've been seeing a lot of backlash when it comes to her. Like people are basically saying like she's stealing Nicki Minaj's nachos or reheating. What's it called? What they be saying? I basically see a whole bunch of people saying that Trim is reheating Nicki Minaj's nachos. She's basically stealing her flow or whatever the case is. But Trim basically speaks out and says, "You can't be the princess of anything if you have not made a hit." And you know what? I'm not even mad at that. I'm not, because one thing that I can say about Trim, even though like she's not like the best rapper in the whole fucking world, never that, she has made a hit. That boat song is a hit. I think she just dropped a song that's going viral on TikTok, and it's only going viral because of how she sounds. That coconut water, coconut water, coconut water, and it's in the water. But yeah, so she basically speaks out and was like, "Baby, you can't be the princess of anything if you never made a hit." Which again, I agree. So I guess Akbar sees it in response to Trim, basically saying, "Trim, this message is for you, sweetie. The only reason you coming out because you're trying to sound like Nicki, then you throwing shade and your people paying blocks to post you. Nobody picking that weak ass shit up. This is about skills and being authentic. You not." You don't have the skills, nor are you authentic, babe. What the fuck are we talking about here? And it's so funny to me because a lot of people are saying, I will agree, people are saying that she is sounding like Nikki, how Nikki used to sound, right? But my thing is this, Akbar, she still has a hit under her belt. What the fuck have you dropped by yourself at that? Because we're not gonna talk about the fact that Nikki literally linked up with a whole bunch of lame ass bitches to try to get at fucking Cardi B and all of that. We're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about the fact that Nicki Minaj literally only befriended you because she knew that you was a loser ass bitch on her dick, and she knew that you she knew that she could manipulate you in a way that you was gonna always be, oh yeah, I'm Team Nikki, this, that, and the third. Like, you are literally dick riding. If Nikki really fucked with you that much, why the fuck she ain't put you on a song? The Barbs love to ask, well, if everybody fuck with Lil Kim and these old rappers, why don't y'all put them on a song? Okay, why don't y'all put each other on a song? Katie got bands, Akbar, bitch, Bia. Why don't y'all all make a song together? Oh, I forgot you. The music ain't really there. Um, So she continues to say, of course, this is about skill and being authentic. You either look up to Nikki or you want to shade at her. We don't know you, lol. Ain't what? We don't know you, lol. Ain't anteater. Oh, called her an anteater. I'm hollering. She said, anteater looking ass girl. You look like a boy with the wig on. And I guess they kept going back and forth, whatever, child. But Akbar, that really hurt, didn't it? Because she was telling the truth. I think that's what it is. Like, and then you called yourself the queen of Atlanta. How are you the queen of Atlanta and you literally make the most, like, bitch? No, like, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna lie. I want the confidence that Akbar has in life because that right there is one of those like super delusionals where it's like I really believe I am that girl. Like, I was that bitch, Yavana, CAU. Like, don't nobody know you, babe. So nobody give a fuck about you. I'm just keeping it up. But if you want to think you that girl, you want to think that you doing your big one, by all means, make a paper, boo boo. Okay, but nonetheless, Trim has created a hit. Actually, she's created more than, well, she's created a hit. I don't know about the coconut water. Coconut water, coconut water. I don't know if that's a hit yet or what, but it's more than Akbar can say. And then of course the whole Dick Ryan, Nikki, and they said, "Child, give it up." Akbar is like 40. It's time to just give it up. Another music beef that we have: Tank and Duran Bernard. So Duran was on the Joe Budden podcast where he basically talked about how him and Tank have a slight beef, right? And I wouldn't even say it's a slight beef. It's just one of those where Tank was just in his feelings because what Duran Bernard said was the truth. All right. So there was a time where Tank basically made a video saying that you are not a real singer. You cannot sing if you cannot do the melody in which Can We Talk by Tevin Campbell is singing, right? He was, talking his big one. And Duran being Duran, who reminds me of a new age prince, like I don't give a fuck, bitch, I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want to say. Duran was just basically like, okay, Tank, yeah, you have a valid point, but I think that you need to, look within because you throwing stones from a glass house. That's basically what Duran said. He was like, hey, how you gonna say that if you can't sing in this key, then you're not a real singer, baby? You can't even sing in the original key, right? So I guess Tank didn't like that. Tank ends up blocking Duran or whatever. Then when he went on the Joe Budden podcast and talked about how Tank blocked him because of that, Tank ends up speaking out, basically saying like, Duran Bernard, I don't know you to dislike you. What I do know is that you are incredibly talented. What you don't know is that I support and defend you, but we'll save that for later. If I did block you, it's because you were talking shit. At least be honest. Technically, he did be honest. He literally told them why why you blocked him. At the end of the day, Duran says that they then sat down and talked about it, whatever the case is. But yeah, I truly believe Tank. Sometimes you have to take your own advice from other singers. That's just what it is. You can't sit here and be like, well, if you can't sing in this key, hold on, let me see if I can find a video. Here we go.
This is one of those R&B anthems. If you can't sing this full chest, no microphone, no reverb, no auto-tune, no nothing, you're not a real R&B singer. You know what I'm saying? Can we talk for a minute?
Exactly. You talking shit from again, steady talking shit, and Duran was right. That's just what it is. But nonetheless, like I said, Duran did say that they squashed the beef or whatever. And child, um, Tank, I'm starting to realize that Tank literally he can't take what he be dishing out for the most part. Like you can't sit here and say like if you're not singing this from your chest, from your heart, from your motherfucking diaphragm, then you don't need to be singing it. And then when another singer literally tells you that you're not doing it, now you're mad. Oh, okay. I'm just saying. But yeah. Oh, let's go ahead and get into the shit that y'all really been waiting for. All right, that's all the mess that I got. Let's get into the real shit now. Our goat Drake has dropped three motherfucking albums. All right, and I just want to say this. I know that you dropped these three albums just to get out your contract, which by all means make a paper boo boo. The issue that I have though is the fact that this is what you give us. I'm not gonna be no hater and be like, oh, this is so trash and this man. I'm not gonna say that. Literally, I'm not gonna say it. What I am gonna say though is, what the fuck is this? Okay. Drake dropped three albums. He dropped a R&B album, which is the Hibachi Hibiscus. That little album, that is his R&B album. Personally, for me, that is literally the best album out of the three. Right? R&B Drake never fucking misses. All right. Then you have Iceman Drake. Iceman Drake is basically rapping Drake. Basically, let me talk to these niggas. Let me show them and let me tell them what the fuck is really up, right? And then you have the third one, which is Maid of Honor, and that's basically the international dance hall, which I think that a lot of people don't like that album because they don't like when Drake gets into that whole like house music vibe, which is why they didn't like the Honestly Nevermind album, which I personally think is the most slept on album because I personally think that like house music Drake actually hits. But nonetheless, right? My issue with these albums, my issue with Iceman is the fact that it just doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound cohesive. It sounds like he literally went in the booth, opened his journal that he's been having for like the past couple of years, and just went in the booth and read everything. Oh well, the future, I don't like you, but I'm not really gonna speak on it because that's my brother for life. We see that he has dissed Joe Budden. We see that he has dissed Kendrick Lamar. He even dissed LeBron, which a lot of people were like, "Why are you dissing LeBron? Why are you dissing LeBron?" When you really think about it, LeBron was dead ass wrong because if Drake is supposed to be your friend, you are never supposed to literally be. I'm talking about having a ball to your friends, to basically a diss track that's dedicated to your friend. Bitch, I'm sorry, like I that's some shit you supposed to do in the privacy of your own home, child. But no, LeBron was out there on stage talking about, and it's probably a minor, just having a fucking ball. Like, bitch, this man is basically saying that I'm a pedophile, and bitch, you sitting there crip walking and shit to this music. Are you cool, bitch? I will be mad as fuck at fucking LeBron too. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. So him shooting at them, or basically him shooting at the industry, period. Because I definitely feel as though this whole Kendrick and Lamar. I definitely feel as though this whole Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef, it was different from like a Drake and Meek Mill beef because, well, it actually wasn't. It actually wasn't. And I think we need to talk about that because even when Drake and Meek Mill were beefing, the thing that I hate is the fact that people were fucking with Meek Mill. Then they beefed, and then of course it was one of those like, oh, we only fucking with Drake. Like y'all just forget that Meek Mill or even Kendrick Lamar actually have fucking hits. And then y'all say dumbass shit like I ain't never heard nobody say turn on that Kendrick Lamar. Y'all are fucking lying, bro. Y'all are lying. Even if it's poetic justice, even if it's fucking his last out humble, bitch. Like be fucking for real. I hate when y'all do that shit. But Iceman just sounds like he just wanted to put something out. It sounds like he just needed to get out his fucking contract, and the way to get out said contract was to literally give an album that is addressing everything that's going on. And then with the international album, I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to think that y'all are treating Sexy Red as like the token black artist when she shouldn't be that. And I'm not saying that y'all shouldn't be adding her to y'all feature list or whatever, but for everybody to literally, and then she's on. No, I thought she was on two. She's on Iceman and Maid of Honor, right? No, I don't fucking know. But I just feel as though everybody is like throwing Sexy Red on their album just to make it stick or whatever the case is. Child, I don't fucking know. But overall, the R&B album is literally the best album. Point blank period. I don't know what else to say. I will say Iceman has three songs that I fuck with, right? Iceman has the Janice Shut the Fuck Up, that Teach Me Baby. Call my phone and say you need me, baby. Yeah, bitch, I've already know this song. That Ran to Atlanta, which is featuring Future and Molly Santana. I've heard the look. Y'all are saying that that is the worst song on the album. Y'all are tripping. Y'all are smoking big dick. And then of course you got the Shebang song. Um, all of them make them pay, or make them cry. All of them make me songs that he did. Those were like, okay, yeah, I really was expecting a little bit more from Drake, but also it's one of those things where I can't expect more from Drake because if you look at the projects he's dropped in the last few years, which albums have did the most work? Or I'm not even gonna say which albums have did the most work. I can say like which songs, because um so yeah, if we look at the last few albums that Drake has dropped, the only album that has really like done something from beginning to end is the Sexy Songs for You, which is an R&B album. But if we go to the last few rap albums that Drake has dropped, they haven't been as they have been a success, but they haven't been to the extent to where it's like, okay, people are back to really fucking with Drake. And I'm talking about really back fucking with Drake to a point where it's like, okay, I really am excited for this man to drop. I really think people were just, I really think everybody was just anticipated everything that has been going on. So they were just like, okay, yeah, Drake dropping, so he finally is going to dress shit and this and that and the third, because he didn't do it in Sexy Songs for You. Right. And I think that was his way of trying to get back into the um the population's good graces, because I don't know. It's just for me, I just feel like Drake could have done better. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh well, Drake is 40 talking about the same shit, because that would mean that I will have to hold Future to the same, to the same extent. Because at the end of the day, Future is 40, still talking about the same shit, and I eat it up every single time. Literally, literally eat it up every single time. But nonetheless, the reason why it still works for Future is because it just seems more authentic. I think with Drake, he's trying to push this persona onto us when it's like, just be Drake, bro. Like, we still love you. And this is the thing too. We, as the girlies, we love like Drake has always been cute. I'm never gonna sit here and be like, Drake is ugly, this and that and the third. When I say that Drake is a fucking cornball, of course, because that's what he is. He's light skinned. Of course, he's gonna be a little corny. All light skinned niggas is corny, just a little bit. I feel like all light skinned people are corny just a little bit. That's just what it is, And I'm light skinned, so I'm allowed to say it because I'm a little corny sometimes, you know. But I just feel as though Drake has not tapped into his full potential as of now. I think that because of this rap beef, it kind of altered the way that Drake has, delivered music. Um, and yeah, like I just think that I expected a little more from Drake. I'm not super mad at the albums, but I'm also like not super entertained by them. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, well, they don't have no replay value. There are songs on there that definitely have replay value. Would I sit here and say that all three albums are cohesive, all three albums are great, this and the third? No, I will never sit here and say that. Will I say that they are decent albums for the summer? Yeah, they are. And that's what it is. He delivered what he knew was going to literally not only get him out his contract, but it was going to get the people talking. It has surpassed a lot of fucking billboards and all of this shit. So it's just one of those things where I can sit here and say congratulations Drake because you did what you needed to do, but I also can sit here and say Drake, maybe we need to get back in the studio. Maybe because you are out of your contract, maybe you're going to do a little things differently. Maybe we are going to get a little bit of the old Drake. And when I say a little bit of the old Drake, I mean in a sense of rapping about shit that you really care about, rapping about shit that really is like something of value to you. And I think that's why Future still works, because Future literally talks about getting money and being around bitches and this and the third, because that's really what he loves to do. He loves to be around a bunch of bitches. He loves to make money, and it just works. You feel me? So it's like I don't know. I I think that again, the albums could have been better, but for three albums, I will give them I'll give them a 7.5. I actually I would give them an 8. And I'm giving them an 8 simply because again, the International Dance Hall album, the Maid of Honor, and the R&B album are the main ones saving it for me. I'm sorry, that is the truth, all right? But oh, and I really wanted to talk about the whole Drake, Meek Mill, and Kendrick Lamar beef simply because what is going on with Kendrick Lamar now is exactly how motherfuckers did Drake and Meek Mill. That's exactly what is going on. So y'all remember Drake literally did not take his foot off of Meek Mill's neck. Literally, once they was beefing, Drake was like, you know what? I'm on that ass. And that's what Kendrick Lamar did to Drake. But I think it's funny because motherfuckers will sit here and be like, oh, Kendrick Lamar ain't got no hits. And this and that and the third, like he only had a hit this past coming year. No, y'all are just giving me haters. And also, what I don't understand is the fact that y'all just can't enjoy both fan bases without really like trying to tear down the other person. Like I could never sit here and be like, "Oh, I don't listen to Kendrick Lamar." No, that's not true because I do listen to Kendrick Lamar. Do I listen to him as much as Drake? No, but I listen to Kendrick Lamar. I'm never about to sit here and say that Drake is, like super shitty, this and that and that. No, I think that Drake still has the potential to literally be the best, but he's just surrounded by a bunch of yes men. He's surrounded by a bunch of shit that just really don't give him any value to talk about. That's how I feel. I really feel like Drake is at a point in his life where he doesn't know what to talk about simply because he doesn't have anything authentic going on around him. And I know that sounds fucked up, but it's just the truth at the end of the day. But nonetheless, make sure that y'all go check out those three albums. All right. Child, nonetheless, that is all that I have for y'all this week. Of course, you all know today is Friday, so we have some new drops. All right. So, speaking of Future, Future and Tyler actually just dropped a new song called Game Time, which is for the whole soccer World Cup shit. Congrats to them. Lotto actually just dropped her album called Big Mama. Freddie Gibbs dropped an EP called RBT. Polo G dropped a song called Clap. Polo G still make music? I, I'm not gonna go there. I'm sorry. G Herbo drops a single called Thug. Mona Leo drops a song called Everything Pika featuring Tizo Touchdown. There's some other people on the list, but who gives a fuck about them? You know, but nonetheless, that is all that I have this week. Of course, before we get out of here, I have to leave you all with an uncut gem. So, because we have been talking about Drake, and of course, it has been Drake, Drake, Drake all week. our uncut gem is coming from the new Iceman album, and the song is called Janice Shut the Fuck Up. All right. A lot of people are saying that Janice is in regards to Joe Budden because on an old Joe Budden podcast episode, Joe Budden talks about how people have been calling him Janice or whatever the case is. So people are trying to connect that. But I'm like, he already kind of, addressed Joe Budden in the other songs. Child, it's a lot going on. But nonetheless, make sure that y'all go check out Janice Shut the Fuck Up. It's that teach me, baby. On my phone, they said you need me. I even heard somebody say like the chorus, like yeah, I just think that y'all are hating on Drake because it's Drake, and because of everything that has been going on, y'all just like are trying to find any and every excuse to hate this man. When I can never sit there and do that. This is still Drake. This is still take care, thank me later. This is still nothing was the same. This is still, if you're reading this, this is too late. This is still views from the sixth. This is still, even if you want to go to, this is still Scorpion Drake. Yeah, I can never give up on my boy, but he has done nothing for the last 10 plus years. He has done nothing but give us greatness after greatness. And I think because he didn't got caught up in these white girls, he done fell off a little bit. But he did. But I will say, congrats to Drake for basically becoming uh becoming the first artist to surpass Michael Jackson when it comes to like most number ones or something like that. And that's why he's literally the GOAT. And I can't take that away from him. Drake has always been in my top five favorite artists, and it's never gonna change. That's what it is. Like even with his beef with Kendrick, yes, he lost that beef, but it's still Drake. At the end of the day, both artists are still doing well. I'm just, I'm really just hoping that if Drake does drop another project or whatever, it's a little better than what he has delivered. Again, I gave the albums a 7.5, so child, take that and run with it. I don't fucking care. But yeah, that is all that I have for you all this week. Thank you to my first and my last time listeners, of course. I hope that you all have enjoyed this episode just as much as I have enjoyed delivering it to you. All right. Please make sure that you're checking us out every Monday and Friday on our YouTube channel. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications because you don't want to miss a thing. All right. Please remember to always be humble, be gracious, and be open. I will see you at the top because the bottom is just a little too crowded. Bye, y'all.